Here we are in August, enjoying the last month of summer. It's been a mixed week for crypto news, but Bitcoin and Ethereum prices have only been down slightly. In this weekly wrap-up, I'm going to break it all down for you, even sprinkle in a little TA, but before I dive into it, I want to remind all of you that dropping a like is much appreciated and subscribing is highly recommended. Now, without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. As we crack open a new month of trading, crypto prices have largely shrugged off the U.S. Federal Reserve's 75 basis point hike from July 27th and is looking to find new bullish momentum. As you can see, Bitcoin has been respecting this uptrending level of support here on its chart over the last couple of weeks. We set a bottom here at $17,700 on the 18th of June, set another bottom here in early July, here in mid-July, and then we've actually pulled away from the uptrending level of support, indicating that we have a little bit of almost parabolic movement heading into the 24. Now, what's really important right now is that we take a look at some of our indicators to get an idea as to whether or not this is the beginning of a big rally or just a little bit of a recovery and sideways trading before another leg down. One of the things I'd like to look at and show you is none other than Luxalgo itself. As you can see here on the daily chart, we are still currently under the sell signal that was printed here on the 8th of April and the trend catcher confirmation that we saw come in on the 10th of April. However, if we look at the 2-day chart, something very interesting comes into play. We actually have green trend catcher right now on Luxalgo, indicating that we could be relatively close to a buy signal coming in on Luxalgo, which could lead to a big rally on Bitcoin all the way up to between $30,000 and $37,000. One of the things we also want to keep in mind are some of our longer-term moving averages. For example, if we look at these moving averages out here on the weekly chart, we're going to see that, historically speaking, Bitcoin typically likes to bounce off of the 200 weekly simple moving average in these areas right here. And recently, just like we saw in the pandemic drop back in early 2020, has dropped down to the 300 weekly moving average, indicating basically what the last 6 years of price action for Bitcoin has been on average, around $17,500. The thing I really want you to take away from this week is that Bitcoin has been slightly moving to the downside over the last 7 days or so. A lot of that has to do with the fact that we had a big rally here on the 27th and 28th of July, and if Bitcoin were to just keep rallying parabolically, then it would probably have gone through a much larger crash, as the bulls are not very strong just yet. We're still waiting for those bears to actually let go of some of their power and for some of the headwinds coming in from the geopolitical landscape, like what's going on in Ukraine, what's going on in Taiwan, grain shipments not being made from Ukraine to North Africa and Syria and the Middle East, all rising interest rates, 75 basis point hike that we saw recently, the threat of potentially another 75 or even 100 basis point hike in mid-September coming down the pike. A lot of these headwinds are kind of holding Bitcoin back. We need to let some of those headwinds let up a little bit, and we want to see Bitcoin's fundamentals continue to grow, because Bitcoin being up double over the last 2 years, its fundamentals are up probably by an order of magnitude in the same time. So let's just give it some time, let the market continue to grow fundamentally, and then we're going to continue to rally. However, these slight losses in crypto highlight the resilience of buyers as Bitcoin trades just above $20,000, but the lack of movement to the upside begs the question of what will keep bulls buying when the buzz around ETH's merge dies off. One story that came earlier in the week that could gain steam is a petition on change.org that's close to gaining 25,000 signatures. This petition calls for Gary Gensler to be fired as the SEC chairman. The crypto community considers Gary Gensler to be the only thing standing in the way of a Bitcoin spot ETF, which would be incredibly bullish for Bitcoin. Also, earlier in the week, we heard from the finance minister of El Salvador, who defended the country's strategy to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. Minister Alejandro Zelaya said, quote, "We aren't going to have results overnight. We can't go to bed poor and wake up millionaire," Zelaya said. New technologies have shown how people in previous years were afraid of things like websites and digital business, but it's been shown through time that reality imposes itself. What a beautiful way to state the inevitability of technological adoption. The government of El Salvador has purchased 2,381 Bitcoin with public funds, which today are worth about 50% less than what the authorities paid for them. So the government is definitely in defense mode for their Bitcoin acquisition strategy. Minister Zelaya went on to say, quote, "I believe in the traditional international monetary system, just as I believe that new technologies are going to help human beings in the future." Zelaya said, "So I think making that transition is vital, and it would be wrong of us to not pursue financial innovation that could benefit the nation of El Salvador." Going further down the continent to Brazil, Nubank announced that they reached 1 million Brazilian cryptocurrency customers in less than a month. Nubank CEO and co-founder David Velez said that reaching 1 million crypto users was a goal for a year from now. There's no doubt that crypto is a growing trend in Latin America, one that we've been following closely and believe will have a transformational impact on the region. Yet the trading experience is still very niche, as customers either lack information to feel confident to enter this new market or just get frustrated by complex experience, Velez said in a statement. That's where the good news took a pause and the not so good news came screaming into the room like a toddler looking for attention. The Nomad Bridge was aggressively exploited and about $190 million in crypto funds were stolen. The good news is that once the exploitation was recognized by the crypto community, white hat hackers sprang into action to hover up as many funds as possible that were still vulnerable. The white hat hackers, which by the way sounds like a great band name, did not cause the exploitation, but they obtained and secured the funds so that they could later be returned to their rightful owners. That Nomad Bridge exploit happened on Monday, August the 1st, but then on Tuesday, at least $8 million worth of Solana was stolen from thousands of different hot wallets. Twitter users speculated that the hackers might have had access to victims' private keys, thus giving them wallet access. Keep an eye on those keys, guys. They are incredibly valuable, however valuable your portfolio is. Yes, this week was a harsh reminder that we are still very early in crypto, and while that may have its benefits, we are still in the Wild West where theft is very possible. The only comfort I can give you is that cold wallets exist, and they are much safer than the hot wallets that were stolen from during this attack. You can learn more about the security magic of cold wallets in this video we made just for you up there. But it wouldn't be a week in crypto if Elon Musk or Michael Saylor didn't do or say something that no one was expecting. This week, it was Michael Saylor's turn. The MicroStrategy's co-founder and majority shareholder announced that he was stepping down as CEO to fill the position of chairman of the board. Late on Tuesday, Saylor said, quote, "I believe that splitting the roles of chairman and the CEO will enable us to better pursue our two corporate strategies of acquiring and holding Bitcoin and growing our enterprise analytics software business. As executive chairman, I will be able to focus more on our Bitcoin acquisition strategy and related Bitcoin advocacy initiatives, while Fong will be empowered as CEO to manage overall corporate operations." This move didn't seem to affect the price of Bitcoin, but it floored much of the crypto market that tends to hold Michael Saylor up as the king of Bitcoin maxis. Some even speculated that the move was the result of infighting within the top brass of MicroStrategy. But on Wednesday, Saylor revealed that, quote, "We've been working on a succession plan with him for about 4 years, making him the first chief operating officer and then president about 2 years ago. Ultimately, this story is not likely going to have any effect on the price of Bitcoin for now, but if anything fishy happens over at one of the world's largest Bitcoin holders, MicroStrategy, then we will be the first to let you know. By the way, subscribe to stay up to date on all things crypto. On Thursday, we covered on our live show Coffee and Crypto that Coinbase got a much-needed win. Shares of the crypto exchange opened trading up 31% on Thursday to $106 after the cryptocurrency exchange announced a new partnership with asset management giant BlackRock. The partnership will allow BlackRock's 200 institutional clients to now trade digital currencies. BlackRock is the world's largest asset manager with more than $8.4 trillion in assets under management. This is very exciting news for Coinbase after it has recently struggled through the crypto bear market and a fresh SEC investigation. But hey, any week that we can go without a major declaration of bankruptcy from a crypto lender or hedge fund is a great week in my book as of late. And let's give our ever-huddling selves a pat on the back for successfully closing the month of July above $1 trillion in market capitalization for the cryptocurrency industry. You did that with your gorilla strength grip on those crypto bags, my friends. Cheers to you. But be sure to subscribe to this channel to keep up with everything that matters in crypto. And don't forget to tune into our daily morning show at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Coffee and Crypto Live. Before I go, though, guys, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Whoa there, partner! You watched the whole video. Good on you. Now what you can do to make me even happier is go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, bing that notification bell, and let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you for watching.